Commander Vexester moved steadily through the command center of Nexus Prime. Blue light from countless displays reflected across his green scales as the enormous station monitored the outer border of the Zalaxian Empire. Larger than most planetary cities, Nexus Prime was considered impenetrable. Nothing entered Imperial territory unnoticed, or so they believed. He paused beside Lieutenant Krisanova's console. Though young, her sharp yellow eyes missed nothing. Her fingers danced across the controls as she reviewed sensor logs yet again. Any irregularities? Vexester asked, his voice a low growl. No, Commander. All readings are normal, she replied, though tension edged her tone. 3 hours later, she spotted it, a faint blip that flickered into existence and vanished. She frowned, blaming a sensor glitch. The aging equipment sometimes misread cosmic radiation. She logged the anomaly and continued monitoring. 20 minutes later, it reappeared, longer this time. Her pulse quickened. Diagnostics showed no faults. Far beyond the station, the USS Defiance sliced through space. Nearly 2 kilometers long, the massive human warship shifted between dimensions using its experimental quantum displacement drive, phasing in and out of normal space. On the bridge, Captain Jake Morrison watched the stars calmly. Status, Chief. Engineer Lisa Brooks nodded. Drive operating perfectly. They might glimpse us, but never lock on. 15 minutes to their detection grid, Navigator Ben Taylor added. Morrison nodded. Earth had observed the Empire's conquests for years. Humanity would no longer remain silent. Maintain phase variance, Morrison ordered. Let them see us soon. Back at Nexus Prime, the blip returned, stronger, unmistakably artificial. And it was enormous. Krisanova summoned Technician Morak, a scarred veteran of past Imperial wars. He studied the readings and paled. Size estimate, he asked quietly. 2 kilometers, possibly more. That's impossible, he muttered. Nothing that large could approach undetected. But the object appeared again, holding steady for nearly 10 seconds, long enough for partial analysis. Artificial construction. Massive energy output. Get Commander Vexester, Krisanova said urgently. Moments later, Vexester stood behind her, staring at the data. In 2 decades of service, he had never seen anything remotely similar. Imperial dreadnoughts were half that size. Full system diagnostics, he ordered. Already completed twice, Morak replied. All systems functioning normally. The object vanished again, but now energy traces lingered, power levels comparable to a small star. On the Defiance, Morrison observed red sensor markers adjusting toward their position. They're adapting, Taylor reported. Tracking is improving. They were bound to learn, Morrison replied. How long to their capital system? 18 hours. Morrison moved to communications. Open broad-spectrum channel when ready. Back on Nexus Prime, alarms erupted. Red lights flashed as Admiral Thran received Vexester's report. The Admiral's disbelief slowly shifted into unease. Transmit all data to High Command, Thran ordered. Mobilize regional fleets. In deep space, Morrison gave the final command. Open channel. His voice echoed across Zalaxian frequencies. This is Captain Jake Morrison of the human vessel USS Defiance. We request dialogue with your leadership. We come as equals, not subjects. For the first time in a millennium, someone addressed the Empire without fear. Emperor Zero listened in stunned silence as reports flooded the Imperial Palace. His greatest fleet, led by Grand Admiral Velos, had confronted the lone human ship. 40 warships surrounded the Defiance. Demand surrender, Velos ordered confidently. Morrison refused. Instead, he authorized a demonstration. A single plasma discharge struck a nearby moon. The celestial body vanished, reduced to energy in seconds. Shock rippled across the Imperial fleet. Sensor logs confirmed the impossible, a weapon thousands of times stronger than anything in their arsenal. "Withdraw," Velos commanded at last. The fleet retreated. Days later, the Defiance entered orbit above Zalaxia Prime. Orbital defenses tracked the human warship but did not fire. Within the palace, debate raged. Some demanded attack. Others urged negotiation. Princess Nexera spoke calmly. "They could have destroyed us already." Instead, they asked to talk. At last, Emperor Zeril agreed to meet. On a neutral station, Morrison and the Emperor faced one another. Humanity demanded recognition as a sovereign equal, an end to forced expansion, and fair trade agreements. "You demand equality?" Zeril asked. "We insist on it," Morrison replied evenly. "And we have the power to ensure it." After 3 tense days, the Terrasaxia Accords were signed. The Empire officially recognized humanity as an equal galactic power. Months later, rebellions ended peacefully. Trade flourished. Technology was shared. The Defiance returned to Earth not as a conqueror, but as proof that strength and diplomacy together could reshape the galaxy. And the age of human influence had begun.